Hey folks, Keric the Pally here and welcome back to part 22 of this Primal walkthrough on PS2. Now in the last episode we had probably the most complex puzzle that we're ever going to face. In this episode, I'm not sure. If I remember correctly, we have probably one of the funniest cutscenes that I've ever seen. But anyway, we're still in the dungeon, so we need to find a way out. Can do by climbing over this wall. Which pretty much just leads us back into the main dungeon area. Well, at least there are no more swimming rooms, which is good. Very good, in fact. Pfft, energy. Who wants energy? I want nice stuff like lodestones.
It is not budging.
Yeah, so don't waste your time pressing that door. Oh, some lovely yag. But at least it gives us a chance to show off some of the combat. That whip on a Wraith has got really nice range on it. The only possible bad thing about it is, there we go, you can just see, actually firing off the takedown moves that kill them tends to be hit and miss, and I have no idea why, whether that's actually just a problem with my controller, which is entirely possible, or something to do with the way the Wraith combos work. But you'll notice in quite a few battles that I can't manage to get the damn takedowns to work, which is annoying. But you'll also notice that Wraith health doesn't drop very far. They are hell of a tanky, which is nice considering how squishy some of the other races are. The other nice thing about it is we also have a second combat ready form, which means if we ever do run out of health in Wraith form, we could switch across to Feri and continue on the fight without using an energy gem. It's worth remembering you'll have to manually do that though. The game won't automatically do it. So if you do have any energy gems in tow, it's worth doing it a little bit early so you don't waste one on. We'll just continue on with these as best we can. God, how fast his bloody energy regens as well. Just can't get those flaming takedowns to work. Right, come on, there we go. Pull the legs out from under him and stab him in the face. And we'll do, well, a not so quick top up. As you can see, the amount of energy taken to refill her energy bar now is substantially more than it was. The good thing about it being, of course, that Wraith drop more energy. So anyway, we'll let him do his usual stuff and clean up. And once we both have nicely topped up energy bars, we can continue on. It's worth noting that there is an energy fountain off on this side. But if you look at this gate, I'm going to point out that it is one of those quick close gates. So you will need to use your Wraith special, and it's pretty devastating on the health. to try and make it through first time.
Don't just stand there. This thing weighs a ton.
And there we go, into fast forward mode. Just keep running towards the gate. And once we're through, just release. As you can see, that was about 1/3 of an energy bar. So it's pretty draining. Use it as sparingly as you can. It's just a pity that the energy fountain was on the other side of the gate. Oh well. I guess there's nothing to be done for it. Still, there are quite a few energy items through here. I guess they don't want us to die too soon. As you can tell by the drops of blood on the floor, we're being led by the nose.
What's in there, Scree?
That's the torture chamber, I'd say. Last place we want to find ourselves.
I don't know. Sounds like the place to be. Let's check it out. Ew, nasty. But it's weird, there's nobody here.
Oh, listen to her. You lose your head and you're nobody all of a sudden.
You are nobody, you skewered head fob.
Better a fop than be born in a sewer.
Ah, we're all equal now, though, aren't we, your ladyship?
You reek, I see. You reek.
If your lot had ripped my arms off, I'd fill that big mouth of yours with a fist.
Quiet, everyone, quiet. Why are you here?
Guards! Guards, intruders! We have intruders in here!
You bastard. Now they'll end up like us, you idiot.
So yeah, the comedy stylings of Scree and Jen Part 4. Those heads always remind me of... I don't know whether you've ever seen any of the Three Stooges skits, but they remind me awfully of those. That kind of interaction. You'll also notice the accents have got a hell of a lot stronger. It would appear the aristocracy are a lot more stereotypical than the commoners. It's quite funny to hear them swear in the cutscene as well. I have a friend and we used to have great fun with games whenever they had swear words in them. I think the first one I ever really noticed it in was Vandal Hearts on PS1. As you can tell, some of these guards are a hell of a lot harder to hurt. You'll also notice that they seem to have a spike on one of their boobs. Generally the right one. Don't know why. It must be the fashion in wraith circles. Kind of going for the Madonna look. Anyway, that's the guards taken care of. Thank fuck. Oh shit, there's another one. Wonderful. Where? Where are you? Yeah, if you're not going to come out, we'll have a little top up. It's worth keeping an eye on the bodies in pretty much this whole section of the game, and there she is. Quite a few times there'll be keys on them which appear as kind of silver glowing items. Entirely missable, but you'll want to keep an eye out for them. I think there's about 2 or 3 in the whole Aetha section. Great shot. That's the back of a wall, folks. More exciting than the combat. Anyway, we'll keep battering this bitch. See if we can pierce her other boob. I can't understand why they have it on just the one. Maybe it was some kind of a weird, well, she's got to have her arm free for the sword sort of thinking. I'm not sure. Considering the fact that wraiths are pretty much some kind of weird sexual sadist. Anything goes, really.
Oh, that was fantastic. You killed him.
He was one of the worst. Used to love the rack, didn't he?
Oh, yes. With him it was always rack, rackety rack.
She says, thanks. He cut her tongue out.
Vicious bastard.
You'd better hurry. Get away while you can.
Hey, guys! Listen, do any of you know anything about the blood sacrifices? Where that happens?
Nobody say a word. These are traitors. Will you be quiet, fop?
They've cut your head off, Monseigneur, remember? We're not on the Count side anymore.
None of us were blood sacrifices. They're kept elsewhere.
I do know Count Raum has a machine somewhere in the chateau. It turns Elot blood into a sort of elixir. It told me it could never be defeated unless that machine were destroyed.
And then he chopped your head off. Ha!
It was the Countess that removed my topmost point. Damn brats.
What's the difference between a room full of aristocrats and a bucket of manure?
Well, we'd better be going now. Come on, Jen.
I love how they were kind of waiting on the punchline that never came.
Good luck.
Obviously, there's no difference between a bucket full of manure and a room full of aristocrats. I just love the idea of the whole set of heads kind of talking away through death. You also notice them spaced out through the chateau. And key on the final guard. You've just seen me pick it up. That's why you need to keep an eye out for the damn things. They appear all over the place. We'll just sort out the usual riffraff with Scree. More important than ever at the moment to keep your energy bar on him topped up, purely because it takes so much to fill up the Wraith energy bar. Right, and once we're done... Okay, there are a few ways out of here. What we want to do is go to the southeast. Or we'll find our next card. Which is the Ace of Swords and represents the Wraith aspect in game. And also a lodestone.
I'll need Scree to help me with this.
Yeah, I know you will.
I'll need Scree
Okay,
to
we'll just
help me with
switch to
this.
Scree then. Obviously, it's just too much trouble to move your horse out of the way and let him in. Okay, and now we want to make our way into that bottom left hand corner and up the steps basically. With the help of our newly acquired key, we can now open this door with a little bit of a push. And make our way upstairs.
They murdered my family. We share an enemy, stranger.
The most loose, random way to introduce a companion that I have ever seen. Fortunately, he does a hell of a lot more damage than we do. So one of the best things to do is try and get behind him. Whenever he's focusing on one, really. And just alternate between you hitting them and him hitting them. But we'll just try and keep these guys occupied while he's busy. Unfortunately, the basic attacks don't do a lot of damage at all. Their range is absolutely fantastic compared to Feri, but they don't seem to do quite as much damage. So it can take a little bit of time to take down these numerous guards. I suppose the fact that they're absolutely covered from head to foot in spiky armor probably helps as well. But thankfully, while we've been whipping our way through the ranks, he's been pretty much doing the same thing with his sword, so it tends to result in a situation where they're at half health or less, which is always good. Come on, witch. Take some more damage. Bollocks, wrong key. And finally onto the final guard. Bloody pain in the arse. Did I just hit him? I think I did as well. Bloody hell, sorry man. Don't start hitting me as well, I'm taking enough flaming damage from her. Call me a witch. And finally they go down. Christ, that was painful. Grab a refill from Scree. I'll let him take care of business. And we can also pick up this lodestone in the corner. After several crashes, I do save at this point, so I'm going to end the video here. I've gone on for long enough, I think. I've been Keric the Pally, this has been Primal. You have a good evening now.